LaVar, I'm going to start with you. Could Drew Brees surpass Manning if he wins another Super Bowl?
Not if he wins another Super Bowl. And I liked your Eminem approach, the 8 Mile approach, by putting out there, these are the reasons why we look at Peyton Manning as being the guy, the amount of MVPs. They matter. The statistical category and wins, they matter. But when you look at Drew Brees and what he's been able to do, people love Drew Brees. They love the story. He's undersized. He's been able to create a whole lot of success for himself. But I think he has to win. He has to win more Super Bowls than Peyton Manning, just based off of the amount of MVPs. You have to have clutch involved with you if you're going to get 5 MVPs. 1 is amazing.
Yeah.
2 is pretty interesting. Anything beyond that, that has GOAT written all on it. And I think Peyton Manning has been everything that goes into being the best in the game. I think he has to get three Super Bowls if he's going.
3?
I think so.
Well, we would have had one last year.
If you
they had Robbins.
Right? Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair. We don't know if he wins it, but that's fair.
Right.
But if he ties Peyton Manning,
yeah,
I still don't think there's enough MVPs there for you to say he's more of a player than what Peyton Manning was.
But I think what Drew has done is he's already surpassed him as an all-time passing leader, right?
Yards.
In yards. He's thrown for 5,000 yards 5 different times. Only one quarterback, all the other quarterbacks have done that, they've only done it 1 time. Drew's the only one who has done it multiple times. So I think if he gets another Super Bowl, which could possibly be this year, maybe next year, if he can get one more Super Bowl and you factor in that he's already passed Peyton on the all-time passing yards leader list, I think he can pass him because last night what we saw was typical Drew Brees doing business, doing surgery on defenses and coverages that he's done time after time. Now, he doesn't have as many fourth-quarter comeback wins yet, but he will get there if he plays long enough. So I do think he can. I do think he can pass him.
He's the only quarterback I legitimately, like 37 seconds, I immediately said, they're winning this game.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say that for Peyton Manning if you put him in that same position, or a lot of quarterbacks. You take Tom Brady, and that's what makes you in this conversation. That's why we've been talking about it. But if I had to pick, because that's why we're sitting here, because in the hallway they asked me about this question, I'm like, I don't care, I'll take both of them. But if I had to pick, I'm still going to stick with Peyton. Just because of what he did for the position, how he revolutionized the position. When he'd come to the line of scrimmage, he was calling all that stuff to Omaha, this, and now a lot of quarterbacks do this type of thing when they get to the line. So he was kind of the front runner, the guy who changed the position, changed the way the quarterback position was played. But having said that, I will go back, and I've talked about this before. You always do this type of stuff. Hot dogs or hamburgers?
Uh-oh.
Ferrari or
Ketchup
Lamborghini?
or mustard?
Okay, Beyonce or Whitney Houston. It's like,
I don't know,
Michael Jordan or LeBron. Which one do you want?
Right,
I'll take them both.
Right,
I'll take them all at the same time.
I'm going to say this, though, Tony, about, and I hate this because people for years think I beat up on Peyton Manning. I love Peyton Manning. I'm from Indianapolis. I saw what he did to the entire state in terms of football. However, again, when it comes to being clutch in the postseason, there are questions about Peyton Manning.
I can attest to one of those games that we beat him in the Super Bowl. One of those games where he did not come up with the clutch win.
There are questions about him, and I think that hovers over him a bit. And look, I get all the MVPs, and he certainly deserved them. And right now, Drew Brees isn't in that category. But when you people love stories. This little quarterback, man, dominating this league for 20 years, I just think people...
Can we enter the Jason Whitlock's People's Court?
Yes.
Can I introduce some new evidence to the courtroom, please?
Oh, nice.
This is good because I know you're a fan of Drew. All right, I get this.
I'm a fan of Peyton, too.
I understand that. But that little statistic right there, Drew Brees in 2012 and 16, right? Mm-hmm. Out of those 5 seasons, he missed the playoffs, not the Super Bowl. He missed the playoffs 4 out of 5 times. If we're going to introduce that evidence into Mr. Whitlock's official court of public opinion, if I look at Mr. Peyton Manning, how many times did he miss those playoffs?
Is that coming off the devastation of what happened? Didn't Sean Payton get suspended for a year?
You
missed
four
bounty
playoffs.
That's coming
in
off
5 years.
Okay.
Peyton Manning never went back-to-back seasons without going to the playoffs in a 17-year career.
Okay, but that last Super Bowl Peyton Manning got, the last Super Bowl, who won that game? Let's keep it real. Who won that game?
Peyton Manning was the quarterback.
He was on the team,
Yeah.
but the defense won the game.
You could say that about Elijah, too, in New York, both times.
We do say that about.
But he got MVP both times.
Okay, you're right.
I'm
but
just
that
saying.
defense
Yeah.
is what kept them in there to get that Super Bowl.
All right, let me
to get
ask
that
this
MVP.
question coming off what Drew Brees did last night. If you only had one game to play, not an entire season, one game to play, who would you want at quarterback, Drew Brees or Peyton
I'm
Manning?
taking the half man, half machine, man. I'm telling you, if you could hear probably what Peyton Manning's brain does when he's on the football field, it'd probably be like something like this. There's the robber over there. The safety's right there. All right, the linebacker's moving over there. The linebacker came up. All right, the defensive end went upfield. All right, there he is right there. Throw it right now. But done. I want the machine.
I want the machine that seems to have problems in the biggest games, going all the way back to college. That's when the machine seems to malfunction.
When you have the camera on you as much as Peyton Manning has had it on you, you're going to see moments in time where he may not exactly be exactly what everybody exactly wants him to exactly be. And there's a guy by the name of Tom Brady that is the GOAT of GOATs as well. And you know what? You could say he's had the same situations take place in his career. He has lost in the big game. It's how you bounce back. It's what your body of work is. It's how you do what you do when you're doing what you're doing, when you're doing it like when you're doing it on TV. Right. And Peyton Manning has always done that. He has always done that.
One game.
I got to go with Drew Brees because I know his DNA. I know his character. I've been in the huddles with him. I know how he commands respect on the field, not just from the offense, but also from that defense on the other side of the football field. Much like we saw last night in the Monday Night Football game. Like you said, they left them too much time on the clock. And then what was the defensive coordinator doing? Playing prevent defense.
Get to that. Yeah.
They only need 7 yards. You in prevent defense, bro? They got one timeout.
And you're facing Drew Brees. One game.
You're facing Drew Brees.
And you're facing Drew Brees. You know, one game in the Super Bowl or during the regular season? Because in the Super Bowl, I don't know. Peyton was an MVP of the Super Bowl before, but it's not. Even in that game, he didn't light it up. Right?
No, he did not.
And I don't know. That's a tough.
Drew and Peyton went head to head, and Drew won.
Yeah, there was that one game.
In the Super Bowl. in the Super Bowl. And Drew got the MVP.
And Peyton threw a pick
Did he get
six,
MVP?
didn't he?
I think he got the MVP.
Yeah.
I hate this question. They're so good.
You know what the right
so
answer is, though. You do know what the right answer
because
is.
I have to pick. It's like one of those things. I'd rather flip a coin, but I'm gonna.
You ain't going wrong with either one.
You know the right answer.
You ain't going wrong with
I
either
don't know how to
one.
give that answer. I don't know how to
The
give
right
that
answer is Peyton Manning. Drew Brees is a great story, great player, Big Ten guy. I'm a fan of him. But we know outside.
I'm going to give you one last thing to think about, then we're going to go.
All right.
I'm going to give you this has always been my knock on Peyton Manning. And it's the same as LeBron James. Sometimes you have too much talent and you think you're smarter than the coaches. And if you look at Tom Brady and his partnership with Bill Belichick, you look at Drew Brees and his partnership with Sean Payton, it's a knock on Peyton Manning that he never had that partnership long-term with one coach. Yeah. And that's what he wanted control. Maybe he is smarter than the coaches. Maybe Tom Brady's smarter than Bill Belichick.
Didn't have that.
Maybe Drew
Brees didn't have that.
What do you mean? He's got Sean Payton.
He had to leave. He was somewhere else before.
That's because of his shoulder.
He had to leave somewhere
because
else
of injury.
He didn't build that in San Diego.
Who bounced back better from their injury?
Come on. That's two different points. That's two different points in time.
All right, stick around.
All right.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. And be sure to check out more of the best clips from Speak For Yourself or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.